Earfun have not only tweaked their flagship earbuds, but they also crammed pretty much all available tech into the new Air Pro 4 in the hope of delivering a class-leading performance across the board. Now, let's see whether they succeeded or not. Hi, my name is Andy, and you're watching Andy's Tech Tone. Quick disclaimer, I got the earbuds for testing from the manufacturer, but I'm not getting paid, nor did I give them preview privileges, so all you hear today is my honest and unfiltered opinion. And starting the discussion with the design of the Air Pro 4, it is not that much different from the previous gen buds. In fact, the two earbuds look pretty much the same at first glance, same well-built stem-style design, with the same sleek-looking two-tone finish. Upon closer look, however, we can find that the stem is marginally shorter on the new buds. Their weight is very similar too, but the new buds are a 0.1 gram heavier, which no one would notice without a precision scale, so that's not going to have any effect on comfort whatsoever. And speaking of which, it's indeed excellent, the earbuds are comfy to use for hours on end. The fit is snug and secure, I did take out the earbuds on a run, and I experienced no issues whatsoever. In the box you can find 4 extra silicone ear tips, so we have 5 sets in total, as opposed to the 4 the Air Pro 3 had on offer. But while we got a slightly more generous selection of ear tips, the weather protection remains the same, as both the Air Pro 3 and the 4 have an IPX5 level of water resistance rating. It's still better than average, so getting caught in a shower or sweating on the earbuds in the gym should not cause any trouble. Keep in mind though that the battery case is not waterproof at all. And that new battery case delivers the same overall experience as the previous generation. It is an all-plastic design with a springy hinge which pops open easily, and the lid also stays open firmly without any flopping, so you can have easy access to the earbuds. The 3 battery status LEDs on the front look the same as before, and we also have a USB Type-C port at the back. Wireless charging is supported, and so is fast charging, which can yield 2 hours of use in only 10 minutes. The total battery life went up from 45 hours to 52 hours, and the earbuds can also last longer with a single charge playtime of 11 hours now. That's with the noise cancelling turned off. If we turn it on, the use time drops to around 7.5 hours, and the total playtime also comes down to around 35. This is the official data published by the manufacturer, but due to the almost limitless combination of different codecs, connection options, and ANC modes, your experience can greatly vary. But according to these specs and my personal experience, the battery department offers a top-of-the-range performance. And while the design may have not changed that much and the battery performance can only show marginal improvements over that of the predecessors, what's completely new and what offers a massive upgrade is the new chipset on board. In the Air Pro 4 buds we can find a Qualcomm QCC3091 Snapdragon Sound certified SoC, which is now Bluetooth 5.4 compliant. But maybe more importantly, it supports a never-seen-before wide range of audio codecs. Besides the usual AAC and SBC, we can now work with either LDAC or aptX lossless, an option which I believe I have not seen in any other in-earbuds before. But in the under 100 price bracket, it is certainly an outstanding feature. And then I have not even mentioned the LC3 codec and Bluetooth Low Energy Audio with Auracast support. Auracast allows multiple users to listen to the same source with their earbuds. It's a technology not widely implemented yet, but giving us all technically available options is always a clap-worthy approach for manufacturers, regardless of price. In comparison, the Air Pro 3 only supports the aptX Adaptive, the AAC and the SBC codecs, so there is a substantial upgrade on that front indeed. Oh, and before I forget, Google Fast Pair is also a newly added feature of the Air Pro 4. And this codec-crammed Qualcomm chip works without a hiccup, or at least I have not experienced any drop signals or any lip-sync issues during my tests. Enabling game mode in the app can reduce the lag sufficiently so casual gamers can also be happy with their new earphones. And so can be people who would like to use their earbuds for work, because there is a platform-agnostic multi-point, aka multi-device connection on offer. There is a menu in the app where we can manually switch between previously connected devices, but of course the switch happens automatically when a phone call comes in. With media playback from 2 different sources, you have to pause the one device first, so it can start on the other, but that's how multipoint works on most earbuds. The only caveat is that the LDAC codec and multipoint cannot be used at the same time, but since we also have aptX Adaptive and aptX Lossless, which work smoothly together with multipoint, I don't mind this sort of a limitation of LDAC at all. Actually, if I think about it, I haven't really used LDAC that much at all during my tests. It drains the battery significantly faster, it can potentially cause connection issues, and the superiority of what this codec has to offer in audio quality is at least debatable. With that said, again, having all these codec options at hand can only be a good thing, and kudos to Earfun for adding all that to the Air Pro 4. Or is it Qualcomm that deserves the pat on the back? Anyway, on with some mic samples.
So this is the audio quality you can get from the 6 microphone setup on the Earfun Air Pro 4 when making a phone call while you are out and about. The conditions are the usual. There is some light traffic in the background, and we also get a slight sea breeze. And to see whether there is any improvement over the previous generation, here is another sample from the Air Pro 3. The microphone setup on these earbuds is pretty much the same, and so are the conditions. And in case you wanted to know how the Earfun Air Pro 4 stacks up to the competition in terms of its phone call quality, here is another audio sample for you. This time around, it's from the Soundcore Liberty 4NC.
In terms of controls, we get everything we need at our fingertips thanks to the touch panels at the top of each stem. Said panels do not only register all sorts of touchy action quickly and accurately, but we can also remap the functionality of all the tapping actions in the app. There is single, double, triple and long tap available on each bud, giving us play, pause, tracks, volume, ANC, voice assistant and phone call controls. But all that was available and worked well on the previous gen buds as well. What's new, however, is the presence of wear sensors for automatic play and pause in the Air Pro 4. That piece of hardware was missing from the 3rd gen buds. And onto the smartphone app, there are a few new menus and options to accommodate all the new features the Air Pro 4 brought with it. We will talk about the ANC in detail in a bit, but as you can see, there are a few new AI-powered options to choose from. Then there is the game mode switch to enable low latency and the in-ear detection switch for activating or deactivating autoplay pause. The equalizer menu offers a bunch of audio presets and the 10-band manual EQ where we can create and save multiple custom curves for ourselves. In the My Sound Profile menu, we can run a hearing test of sorts, tailoring the frequency curve of the buds to our ears in that way. Not sure if that's the best option to make the Air Pro 4 sound their best, but you can give it a go. Back in the main menu, the next two items are the Disable All Controls switch and the Custom Control settings. Below that we can find the Dual Connection menu with a multi-point switch and the already mentioned list of previously connected devices. Then we can choose from the different codec options including LDAC, aptX, LE Audio, Auracast and who knows what else. In the Find Headphones menu, we can ping the earbuds in case we misplace them, and of course we got the usual how-to guide and software update options. It's a comprehensive list of settings, and considering that up until 2 years ago Earfun did not even have an app, they have come a long way, and as of August 2024, it's one of the most feature-packed smartphone apps in its category. And the active noise cancellation has nothing to be ashamed of either. In fact, the ANC has been improved quite a bit compared to the previous generation, especially at taming higher pitch noises, and now it is pretty much on par with the best in its class, the Soundcore Liberty 4NC or the recently tested SoundPeats Capsule 3 Pro Plus. The noise cancelling algorithm can block out just as much noise across the frequency range, but thanks to the slightly more effective passive isolation of the Soundcore buds, the Liberty 4NC still has the tiniest bit of an edge over the Air Pro 4. SoundPeats is slightly more efficient at blocking out higher pitch noises, but at lower frequency hums and rumbles, Earfun delivers better results. And the Air Pro 4 has less of a hiss than both, even in its strongest ANC mode. And speaking of noise cancelling modes, we get 5 of them in the Earfun app. Strong is the ANC turned up to the maximum, while balance is a notch below that for better comfort. For those who are sensitive to that pressurized feel, noise cancelling can cause sometimes. I had no issues with it, so I used the strong setting most of the time. Then there are the 2 AI modes, both of which can react to environmental changes and to the status of your buds in the ears. In terms of their performance, I could not really tell them apart, which is probably good news because it means that the AI algorithm just gets the job done without you noticing it. Simple and easy. The wind noise cancelling is a mode I used a lot when running or walking on the prom with the usual sea breeze added to the mix. And I have to say that the wind noise mode is impressive as it gets rid of that whooshing sound the mics can pick up in these conditions. So for outdoor use, this is a must-have in my opinion. And it works a fraction better on the Air Pro 4 than either on the Air Pro 3 or on the Liberty 4 NC. And this is where the SoundPeats buds fail me, as the Capsule 3 Pro Plus comes without a wind noise cancelling mode, making outdoor use a bit uncomfortable. One thing the Soundcore app gives you but you don't have in the Earfun app is the option to enable wind noise cancelling in transparency mode. Not that it helps with wind noise that much, as all these earbuds are equally bad at picking up those harsh noises in transparency mode in typical Irish weather conditions. But as for its transparency mode in general, the Air Pro 4 sounds natural enough and not too intense, with a below average amount of hiss in its sound. In comparison, both the Liberty 4 NC and the Capsule 3 Pro Plus sound toned down and muffled with less intense highs. Between the old and the new Earfun buds I could hardly tell the difference, maybe the Gen 3 have the tiniest bit more bass and hiss, but overall the two are very similar to one another. All in all, the new hybrid ANC system on the Earfun Air Pro 4 can deliver top-of-the-class results, with plenty of different settings and modes to choose from to accommodate all sorts of use case scenarios. As for the sound quality of those 10mm dynamic drivers, we get loads of bass and a very powerful sound altogether. The predecessor Air Pro 3 went a bit overboard with its boomy bass, but now we have a touch more control in the lower octaves. And what we also have more of is clarity and presence in the mid-range. It's still a rich and warm sound, but with more forward and neutral sounding vocals. The instruments also come through with more micro detail and energy, since there is less muddiness in the sound. The treble is more sparkling and detailed, with better extension up top, which does not only open up the soundstage a bit, but it gives you better separation as well. It's still a typical sound character that suits modern bass-driven musical genres, but there is a hint of that tonal balance which was completely missing from the Air Pro 3. The Soundcore Liberty 4 NC still offers a more balanced, airy and open sound, with a touch less impact in the lower registers. And let's not even mention my new favorites, the SoundPeats Capsule 3 Pro Plus, because the dual driver setup inside those buds simply sound light years better than any of its competitors as far as imaging, sound staging or conveying nuanced details. All that said, the improvement in sound quality over the previous gen is noticeable, and Earfun managed to fix another big flaw of the Air Pro 3's sound, which was the hugely boosted bass in ANC mode. This time around, the impact of noise cancelling is much less noticeable, which is again a welcome change. All in all, I believe that the target demographic will love the dynamic, punchy, tonally rich and warm sound signature of the Air Pro 4, even if it's not quite my absolute favorite for the money. But for under €100 or dollars, you will be hard-pressed to find anything else on the market that would offer such a complete package. These earbuds are well built, sleek looking and comfy, they can last extremely long on a single charge, the ANC can deliver top-of-the-class performance across multiple use cases, the app is one of the best, if not the best in its category, and there is the comprehensive selection of available codec options as well. And let's not forget Autoplay Pause or Google Fast Pair, both of which were missing from the previous gen. And speaking of the Air Pro 3, those earbuds quickly earned a highly recommended status after being launched back in January 2023, with their sound quality being the only bottleneck stopping me from crowning them as the absolute best in their class. After adding all the bells and whistles and tuning the Air Pro 4 a bit more carefully, I reckon that Earfun now can pull off the trick of jumping straight to the top of that list in 2024. And this was my review of the Earfun Air Pro 4. If you liked it, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. All your comments are welcome as always. Thanks for watching everyone, hope to see you all in the next one.